everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope you're all doing really great. To all the new subscribers, thank you for joining in the team. And for any who haven't subscribed, please feel free to join us in my little channel here where I talk about a lot of various things, a lot to do with personal developments and just hints and tips for everyday sort of life management. So today I wanted to show you my work from home office, so to speak. So this is where I work when I am at home, which has been the norm for the past, I don't know, over 6 months since the end of March 2020. I've been working full time from home. So I've had to make some changes where, in order to enable me to work more efficiently, productively from home. So I wanted to go through what I have, what I've set up, and hopefully that might even help you in terms of getting your little space in a decent sort of order for you to work to the best of your ability. So the first thing I'll show you is the chair. So that's the chair that I use there. So obviously, as you can see, it's got quite good padding. At the back there, where you sit, and if you go to the bottom of the chair, you'll see there's a lot of levers there where you can change, for example, the height of the chair. You can change the backrest for it to come forward or to come back. So I think if you do spend your day sitting, working, this type of chair is really useful, because your posture is really important. And sometimes we may not even realize, but spending 8 or more hours just sitting definitely has an impact on our health. Now what you'll also see there is I have added a backrest, which is this one. Now as you can see, we've had it for quite a while now, and we've just kind of slipped it at the back of the chair. And this was actually what we used in our car, but we then moved it onto this chair that we use, particularly because we felt it really helped in making us sit up straight, because it just gave us that extra boost. And by us, I mean my husband and I. So we do swap rooms. So this little office setup of mine is in the bedroom, and we've got another little desk or table in our lounge area. So what I will do is I'll put a link in the description of where you can get all these things, where you can buy something similar or the same thing, and hopefully that will be of use to you. So moving away from the chair, going onto the table, I will start from the very end there. So what I do try to do with my space is I do try to have as little clutter as possible on the table, so only the things I need. So as you can see, I don't have little plants, I don't have photos or anything, random books or papers, whatever. I try to keep it as minimum as possible in terms of what I have on the table, just so that I have a clear mind, and especially when it comes to distractions. Just having a clear desk, I find, helps me to avoid being distracted. For example, if I have a plant, I might feel distracted and I want to just play with it or water it if it's real or whatever it is. So I try to keep only what I need on the desk. So as you can see, I've got my water bottle there, which is a must. I need to have water on the table every single day. So I always just make sure I fill my water bottle at the beginning of the day and fill it as I drink throughout. And then obviously you've got your normal stationery like your pens and everything. Then I've also got my notebook there, though I do try to make use more of Excel to do my to-do lists. I will try to link a video where I'll talk more about that, but sometimes I can't run away from having a notebook because I do have meetings where I can't be typing during the meeting, so I just have my notebook there. The next thing I wanted to show you is my cableless or wireless keyboard. So this is the keyboard that my husband bought. So as you can see, no cables there. We do have keyboards with cables, but I thought I would particularly talk about this one because I find it to be very useful. In such spaces like this, you can end up with multiple cables all over the place. You know, it can be very distracting. You don't know which cable is which. So having some wireless things can be very helpful. And I guess this is a feature that comes with all cables, I suppose. But particularly with this one, you'll see at the back, you can lift these two things up here, which means the keyboard is slightly raised so that it's not exactly flat on the table or on the desk. So that's really useful. And this comes usually with this little thing here. So it comes with this thing, which I guess, you know, connects it to the keyboard itself. So all you do is just plug it in and you can use your wireless keyboard. Another wireless thing I have is my mouse here. So as you can see, no cables here. And again, it's attached by a little, I have no idea what you call this, but this little thing here where you just plug it in and you can use a wireless mouse. So like I said, I'm going to link these things in the description so that you can buy a similar item on Amazon, for example. Another thing that I have found quite useful in working from home or just working is this stand here. So this is where my laptop sits, and this has been absolutely so vital in my posture and in just how productive I am during the day, because it allows the laptop to sit at eye level rather than me having to sort of bend over onto the laptop. And I think, guys, it's just really key to realize how important it is to have a good posture, because if you do work on your laptop for 8 or more hours, you really have to take that into consideration. Your health is so important. So these things do really help. So as you can see here, this thing, so the laptop literally just sits on the stand over here, as you can see. And the good thing is, if you wanted, you could actually sit documents here. So, for example, you could put your notebook right here if you just wanted to read a couple of things from your notebook. So that's really useful. Another great thing about this stand is you can adjust the levels. So over here, you can choose to have it here so that it's at its highest, or it can be lower like you see there. So I tend to like to go for maybe this second highest or the highest level. And that really helps. And the laptop sits perfectly on it there. There you go. And then we've got the laptop obviously itself. This isn't particularly my laptop that I use because I have a work laptop. And I don't think I would be able to show it on the video. So we're using our personal laptop. So I don't know if you guys are like us, but we kind of cover up our webcams because, well, we don't want any problems when we have video calls or, you know, someone watching us. So we cover that little area up. If you guys want me to do a video talking about this particular laptop, and how we found it, the pros and cons of that specific laptop, feel free to leave a comment. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about is this Samsung monitor. So this monitor I got from work. It's an LED monitor, or like I like to call it, a second screen. And it is the model SD330. And it's a 24-inch monitor. I cannot begin to describe how useful I think second screens are. Myself, I am an auditor, so I work with so many documents in a day. I can have maybe more than 5 or 10 documents opened at once. So having a second screen is really useful in the sense that I can open one document on one screen and another document on another. And apart from that, the purpose of the second screen as well is just to enable you to see things better. Again, I work with documents that are word or number heavy. So being able to shift it onto a second screen where I can see the full document without having to scroll left and right every single second is really, really useful. So I found this monitor to be quite good. Now, the disadvantage, I think, the only challenge I had with it is you can't adjust the height or position of the monitor. So if we come closer, you'll see there, I've actually had to put 2 books underneath it so that it's slightly higher. And if I show you at the back here, you can't adjust this. So this literally comes in 3 parts and you just put it in there. But you can't move it back, you can't move it forward. It's just literally in this position. However, I think with the use of the 2 books, I'm absolutely fine with it. I think it's quite useful and it's quite interesting. If you come down here, you'll see where there's the start button here, which you simply just need to tap underneath and it switches on, and you tap again and it switches off. So that's quite useful. Another thing about this monitor as well is when you buy it, just check whether the cables will go with your laptop. So for example, with our personal laptop, we needed to get an adapter, sort of like another cable, so we could put this cable in here, which comes with this monitor, and plug it into the laptop so that it would be compatible. Without it, this plug wouldn't be able to fit in there. Okay. And another thing, maybe just to show you how useful it is, if I go on to I've downloaded some random Excel documents, as you can see. So that's what you can see from my laptop screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this onto this screen. And now you can see I can view both documents on either side, and that's quite useful. So yes, I do recommend absolutely using a second screen or a monitor. I will put a link in the description for where you can get a similar monitor on Amazon, and hopefully you can make use of it. And then finally, I would like to just show you the table itself. So as you can see, I've got a very long table. So it's a foldable table, and underneath you'll see that I can easily fold it and put it away. So that's been really useful because, like I said, my little setup is in the bedroom. So if I don't need to work, for example, during a weekend, I can literally just fold up the table and put it away. So it's long enough to fit all these different things here. And yeah, so that's my office setup. Guys, I hope you found that useful. Hopefully you have your tips or certain things that you do in your little office area that you could share with us in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, pas